How do you convey to a person that you don't like their jokes, not because you're offended, but because they are unfunny? Anytime people find my jokes unfunny, they just say, "Okay, Dad," and walk away. Seems to work for them. Sorry, what was that? I don't get it. Stick with your day job, then walk away. First option, just stare at him blankly, just looking bored, and either say nothing and turn around, or just say that's it, and then just move on. Second option, just be honest, in a very professional and calm manner. Because he is a coworker, I would make sure it is witnessed or recorded for HR. Third, because he is a coworker, it has already offended other team members. Creating an unhealthy work environment and making those types of jokes could be seen as really unprofessional and at risk of causing offense to a customer, giving a bad impression about the company. You can go directly to HR. You could try turning the tables. Tell the lamest, least offensive joke you can think of, and when he doesn't laugh, you can act like he was offended by it. Just tell him straight up that it's not about being offended, his jokes just aren't funny. It helps to have an example of a joke here to help answer fully, but when this happens to me, I'm just very sarcastic. Dumbass, like the welfare queens. Me. Very obvious over-enthusiastically fake laughter, ha. That's hilarious. It's funny because they are poor and suffering, and it's fun to make fun of people who don't have money. I've basically been doing this my whole life and it works pretty well. Won't stop people from being assholes, but they will stop telling jokes in your presence once you give them a bit of the Drax the Destroyer treatment. Literally as you did right now. Take long pauses and express how seriously disappointed you are. I have a coworker like this. I used to dissect the joke like an English teacher mixed with a professional comedian. I would go over how comedy works, irony, different styles of jokes, and why his jokes were specifically unfunny. He hated that. Then I would go and modify his joke to make it more comedic. The whole thing was usually done with a good tinge of sarcasm and tiredness. Like, come on man, that was funny 15 years ago, improve your comedy, get off TikTok, and stop repeating things you hear from Reddit. And that usually got him. He has either stopped or stopped saying them in front of me. My go-to is asking them to explain the joke. 50 of the time they realize it isn't really a joke, and more of an edgy look at me stem it and apologize. The other half of the time just straight up tell them you don't get it, a depressant, change the subject. It's all FBR attention, so depriving them from it normally does the trick. Yeah, I have a pretty dark sense of humor, racism. I just don't laugh. Sometimes the awkward silence will let them know. Don't act offended and also don't laugh. Blank stare, then ignore. Please shut up. I'm not offended, you're just not funny. Ask him to explain the joke. It really works like a charm. The first couple of times all you need to say is, "What's the joke?" And then after he retells it you say, "Yeah, I heard you, but what's funny about it?" Don't let up. If he still continues to make jokes around you, then you can deploy a good headshake plus a sharp exhale through the nose and say, "I actually can't believe how unfunny you are. I can see why people talk about you like they do. You're so unfunny that it's funny. So thanks for the laugh, I guess." Shrug that shit off and immediately walk away. Another variation would be, "Damn dude. You could open for Amy Schumer. You're so cringe that you'd make her seem hilarious. Hell, your jokes are so dumb and boring that you'd make Helen Keller seem like Bernie Mac." Don't be shy. Have fun letting him know that he's an embarrassment. Don't respond in any way. Change the topic and pretend he didn't try to say a joke. If you can, ask others to do the same. Of course, if he does say a funny joke, then laugh. But hell, get tired of telling jokes if no one is responding. Have you tried not laughing? I don't get it. Seriously, say that with a deadpan, let them explain, then go "oh," and walk away. Works every time. Anybody who hates woke is generally just a POS bigot that wants to say the N-word. Also, I'm a Catholic whore, currently enjoying Congress out of wedlock with my black Jewish boyfriend who works at a military abortion clinic. So hail Satan and have a lovely afternoon, madam.